Hey everybody, so in this video I'm going to talk about what it's like to dance in Vegas and things that you should know before you get here. So I've danced all over the United States. So I've danced in the Midwest, Alaska, Florida, New York and the surrounding areas, Texas, I don't remember. To be honest, it's really hard to remember all the places that I've danced at. But I used to be a traveling dancer. So I would travel to places like Mardi Gras. Oh yeah, I've danced in New Orleans also. So I would travel to places like Mardi Gras, hunting season, like deer season, snowmobile season, like different seasons that I knew were going to be really big money. I've danced in North Dakota during Williston, the oil boom. So I would go to these places that I knew was like really amazing. So I'm basically just going to be talking about my experience and what it's like to be a traveling dancer and dancing in Vegas. So my opinion is like a little different because a lot of girls, like, they've only danced in one area, or like some girls, they've only danced in Vegas, so they only know Vegas, you know what I mean? So I'm just saying I have more experience and I've experienced different things, so my opinion is like different because I'm sort of spoiled in the way that I'm used to things being amazing because I would travel to the hot spots basically, and I would come here in Vegas during the good season, which is like March Madness, and then I would travel the rest of the year. So yeah, I've been kind of delinquent on my YouTube channel because, well, I've mainly just been working, and but I'm gonna be more active because I'm gonna start getting into affiliate marketing, like Amazon influencer and stuff like that. So these are Frownies on my forehead because I used to have bangs, as most people on my YouTube know. Like, I used to have bangs. These are my bangs now. And I grew them out, and then I saw my forehead. And I haven't seen my forehead in like 10 years, and I was like, oh my god, I have a forehead. But so yeah, these are Frownies. It's supposed to be kind of like Botox. Like, I started noticing like this little crease right here because I guess I like pushed my eyebrows together, and they say it's like Botox, but like not as expensive, and but it works just like Botox. So I guess we'll see if this actually works. I put them on, like, you can buy the spray that they sell on their website, but I put it on with this toner that I made. I like a lot of natural products. So this is actually witch hazel and witch hazel water, lavender, and rosemary essential oil. Like, those essential oils are amazing for the skin. Like, I actually bathe in those essential oils, and I get it on Amazon also. And I got this bottle on Amazon. And yeah, I got the witch hazel on Amazon also. I use Amazon a lot, but I just use this as a spray. So the Frownies, like, you get it moist and then you wait for it to curl, and then you just like put it on your head or wherever you want to put it. So I tried to use this to see if there's any difference, but I do know that lavender, rosemary, and frankincense essential oils, they are really amazing for cell turnover, which is like renewing of the skin. And I bathe in these, and I've bathed in these essential oils ever since I was like beginning dancing. Actually, I think I started doing it, I don't remember, at least like in my early 20s, I started bathing in essential oils because I did a lot of research on essential oils and they're really amazing for skin turnover, renewing of the skin, and also antibacterial. And yeah, like dancing, like you get dirty. So it's like really good to bathe in like antibacterial. But to start off with, I'm going to like show you some of my favorite products as a dancer that I use, which is what I'm using right now is my favorite eyelash glue. And so these are my favorite eyelash glues that I got on Amazon because everybody uses Amazon, you know what I mean? House of Lashes. Because like who wants to go out and like search the whole store for specific products when you could just have it delivered to your house? It's like, it's so much easier. Who has the time to go shopping is what I mean. I just shop online most of the time. And it's like I have Amazon Prime, so it's like next day delivery and stuff. So these eyelash glues are my favorite. Like they last all night, and I actually warm up before I go to work, and I keep my eyelashes on during that time, and it stays on during my warm up also. So like these eyelash glues, like I can roll over my face on stage and then my eyelash will still be on. So if you put it on correctly, like the eyelash will stay on for sure with these glues. And this is my favorite eyeliner, black eyeliner. It doesn't have a brand. I don't even know if it has a brand, but it's actually a magnetic. It's a magnetic eyeliner, and it's waterproof, and you could actually swim in it and it stays on, because I've actually went swimming with this eyeliner on, and it stayed on, like even getting wet and swimming around and stuff. And this is like one of my favorite eyeshadows. It is sparkly, so if you're not into glitter, then you wouldn't like it. But I like glitter. But it's sweat proof also, so it's not actual powder. It's some sort of liquid. So yeah, I have like this in like all colors basically. But it's not powder, which is a good thing, because if you wear eyeshadow, like you can roll around or like wipe your eye and then it'll just be gone. But this is like, I don't know what it is. It's definitely not powder though, but it stays on. Like you can see it, and I'm wiping it and it's still on basically. And right now this is like one of my favorite lip stains. You can actually see on my face, there's some leftover lip stain from last night when I went to work, because like you really have to like scrub to get it off. And yeah, so this stays on like all night, pretty much all night. Like you really have to try to get it off to make it come off. And this is also, I don't know if they sell this anymore. This is Hardcandy. I mean, I like glitter, so if you don't like glitter, you probably won't like some of the products that I personally use. So those are some of my favorite products as a dancer. And also, yeah, I guess that's the only products I'm going to tell you about right now. And I'm going to add a link to this robe, because I feel like all dancers should have a robe, you know what I mean? Like at work. Yes, I am naked underneath this robe. I am naked because I'm in my house and I don't have to wear clothing. And that's just kind of how I like to be. It's like if I don't have to wear clothing, even though I have like a whole closet. I mean, I actually have like a whole bedroom that is my closet now because I turned my guest room into my closet. Like, I have a lot of clothes, but I just don't feel like wearing them or dealing with them unless I absolutely have to. So yeah, usually when I'm at home, I'm just like in my robe or whatever, or in a bra and underwear, like pole dancing or training and doing yoga and stuff. But you don't have to like do yoga to be a dancer. I just personally like to because it makes me feel good. And, you know, like the endorphins, it makes me feel good, so I do it. And so yeah, those are my favorite products. Hold on, I'm gonna get a drink real quick. You can also get this on Amazon because I do shop on Amazon a lot. So one thing that I like about this thermal, and I actually take this to work with me, is like it has a straw, so you can yeah, you can like use the straw. Or you can like dump it. But I feel like I always actually bring water to work with me because I live in Vegas and it's a desert, so I always have to try to stay hydrated, especially when I'm drinking. And I do drink at work, so yeah, it's always good to like carry water with you because sometimes the bar is like too busy to get a drink or get water, so I bring my own water with me to work. Oh yeah, I was gonna tell you about also my favorite energy drink as a dancer. So this is my favorite energy drink, Zip Fizz. So it's a powder. I'll show it to you. Hold on. It's a powder and it comes like this packaging. I personally feel like the packaging is weird and I usually just take it out and then I throw away the packaging because it's like, who wants this big bulky thing around? But I like Zip Fizz because it has electrolytes. And it has a lot of vitamins in it and it's only 20 calories. So it doesn't have a lot of added sugars. And that's also really important because I avoid added sugars in pretty much everything because sugars are really bad for you. And it has natural caffeine, which is like, green tea leaf extract, coffee bean extract. But this is the most healthy energy drink that you can have, and it's a powder. And then you just put it in water. That's actually what I'm drinking right here is Zip Fizz because I literally love this stuff. Because it tastes really good. And it also keeps you energized throughout the night as a dancer. Which is really important because sometimes you're like waiting around for a long time before it gets busy. So you have to like keep your energy up. And also the fact that it has vitamins in it, like as a dancer, we need more vitamins and nutrients because we're more active than the average person. So that's why I drink this energy drink. So after showing you the products that I like as a dancer, I'm gonna go into what it's like dancing in Vegas. And I guess I'll start with where it all started. And that is, so I became a dancer when I was 18, okay? So yeah, I have like some years on me, but so the reason that I became a dancer when I was 18 was because I really don't like talking about this. So I came from sort of, hold on, let me just adjust this because I don't want to accidentally flash you. So the reason that I became a dancer is because I sort of came from a household that was not good. I'm not going to go into a lot of details on that, but like a lot of dancers, we get into it for the money, obviously. And if you work hard enough, you can make good money fast. And that's actually how I bought this house that I'm in right now, was dancing. So a lot of dancers, they get into dancing because they're trying to get out of a bad situation, whatever it is, like an abusive relationship, a fucked up family, etc. The list goes on. The world can be a not great place sometimes. And actually, yeah, dancing actually did kind of save me in a way, because when I was a kid, like, I grew up in that kind of messed up family thing. When I was a kid, like, I used to listen to my music on my headphones and like dance in my bedroom, or I would just like, it's how I blocked out the fucked up shit in my life. So it actually did kind of save me, and it is how I was able to like provide for myself and get away from that situation. So yeah, dancing, it can do that, you know, like, and if anybody like shames you for being a dancer, you need to just tell them to fuck off, okay? Because they're not paying your bills, so they can't tell you anything, okay? Like, that shit just pisses me off. Like, some of my family doesn't like me because I'm a dancer or whatever, or I am a sex worker, like, I make content and stuff. So some of my family judges me because of that. And I guess, yeah, I'm kind of basically an orphan because of that, in a way, sort of. Like, I'm the one who gets like judged and stuff because I am the sex worker. And I'm totally okay with that, because I just feel like I know who I am, and I'm still like that kid that you grew up with. You know, I'm still that person. Like, in my heart, I'm still the same person. So if you're gonna judge me because of what I do, because I'm trying to reach my goals, you can basically just go fuck yourself. And I don't care. And I love myself. And that's really important as a dancer, is you need to know your own worth, and you need to love yourself no matter what. Because you need thick skin to be a dancer for sure, no matter where you are in the world. Because whoever says that dancing is not a job, not a real job, is a fucking idiot. And that's all I have to say, because it is hard. Like, not just the rejection, the mind games that you play with customers, that customers like to play because they think that nobody's ever played them and they're the only one who's ever thought of that manipulation tactic. Yeah. So yeah, that's why I got into dancing. And that's why I still dance now. And I probably will dance for as long as I can, because, I mean, who doesn't need like an extra $5 to $1,000 every now and then? You know what I mean? But I do other things as well. Like, I am trying to get into Amazon influencer, and I do some other things too. Dancing in Vegas, why most people are probably watching this video. Dancing in Vegas is actually pretty hard. Like, a lot of people think that it's easy, but dancing in general is kind of hard, no matter where you are. Like, you really gotta go after it, and you gotta bring your A game like every night, especially in Vegas, because in Vegas you're dancing with 5 to 10 girls per guy in Vegas, and most of them look like supermodels. Like, there are a lot of beautiful women in Vegas, okay? Because this is like the strip club capital of the world, I guess, maybe. Or it's where everybody goes to have a bachelor party and stuff like that. So there are a lot of beautiful women in Vegas, and you always have to bring your A game to work, and you always have to always have to be energized to deal with the stuff and work the hours. I mean, I don't always work long hours, and sometimes I just leave after making like something like little because, well, like I said, like I'm kind of spoiled. Like I'm used to working in places that are high volume and a lot of money, a lot of guys. And I'm used to working where there are more guys than women most of the time because it's much easier that way. It really is. So that's why I'm saying Vegas is a very hard market. But yes, you can make a lot of money here. It is possible. So one of my friends that I met dancing, she was a travel dancer coming to Vegas. I met her and she works in Texas, and she says that she makes like average $1,000 a night. And I'm like, why would you come to Vegas then? Because like Vegas is a hard market. You can make $1,000 a night, but Vegas is also seasonal in my opinion. So there's like a good season and a bad season. And even the good season is sometimes hard because yeah, there's money in town, but there's also 10 girls to a guy and they all look like supermodels. So yeah, it's not as easy as everyone thinks. But yeah, I've heard of some girls making like 30 grand and like in one night at one of the clubs I work at. And I've also heard of somebody making like 400,000 at one of the clubs I don't work at and I don't want to work at. Let's see. Yeah, and I heard of like a girl making 10 grand at a club that I used to work at. Right now I work at Crazy Horse 3, I work at Hippo, and I also work at Play It Again Sam's, and I'm actually not ashamed of it because I like the fact that Sam's is like chill as fuck, you know? And people, the customers there are usually a lot nicer because they're local. So for me, I like that. But I mean, everyone has like their favorite club, but I personally like variety because I try to work at like at least 3 clubs, and I might go apply at a different club that I used to work at again, just because they have very good stage money compared to most clubs in Vegas. So I'm a stage dancer. You don't need to be a stage dancer or even know how to dance to be a dancer, but I do it because I enjoy it. And I really wish that people in Vegas in general would appreciate stage dancers more, but they don't because there's just so many of us. So yeah, I'm used to like working in the Midwest where I used to make money angels, you know what I mean? Like I used to make like 500 on stage or more sometimes because the floor would be money. And I love that. Like all dancers love that, really. So yeah, I do miss that. And the reason why I don't travel as much anymore, I probably won't. I guess I could. Like my one friend who I met who lives in Texas said that I could come visit her and bring my dogs. So these are the reasons. This fat potato right here is the reason why I usually don't travel as much, because it's very hard to travel with 2 dogs. I got another one right there. So yeah, it's very hard to travel with dogs, and I love them so much. And when I'm traveling, I worry about them, and it's like really hard because here at my house, like they have a doggy door, so they just come and go as they please, and they are potty trained, so it's much easier for them. And dogs like stability, and they don't like traveling. Like it gives them anxiety. Even though this one has traveled with me, this one has a lot of anxiety. His name's Magic, and then that's Happy. Magic is a little chicken, and he's scared of pretty much everything, but he's so fucking cute. I mean, he can be brave sometimes, but yeah, I know that he's happy here and he feels safe here, and that makes me happy, and I don't worry about them while I'm here in Vegas, so I don't travel as much. Maybe I will, but right now there's nothing planned in the future to travel or become a travel dancer again, even though sometimes I do miss it. But I would recommend being a travel dancer if you have no kids, no dogs, or no pets, and you don't have like the responsibility of owning a home. I guess you could travel dance while you own a home, but I would say get a security system, because people might try to break into your house like when you're away and they know you're away. So I definitely have a security system, and I have cameras all over my house. So if you come on my property, I will be able to see you. Just saying. Anyway. So yeah, that's pretty much what it's like dancing in Vegas, is that yes, it is hard. And it's very high competition in Vegas. So I would recommend traveling dancing if you can. Another thing about travel dancing is I'm used to dancing while I travel. In some states they have what they call a base pay. And a base pay is like you work 5 to 7 days a week, and you get like $500 or something for working the full week. So that's kind of nice, because it's actually like more of like a job, even though it's kind of like getting your house fees back sometimes, because a lot of clubs like you have to pay to work, but different clubs like traveling are all different. Like some didn't have a house fee, and then just when you sell dances they would take that percent as the house fee. So that was nice, because then you didn't have to pay, because like in Vegas you have to pay a house fee, and some clubs in Vegas are like $100 house fee. I usually try to never come in during that time, because why would I risk it when there's like 5 to 10 dances per guy in Vegas? So yeah. And some clubs, like when you get the base pay, it would be like getting your house fee back basically. But at the end of the week, like extra $500 of working a whole week is like kind of nice, and it's kind of like a normal job. So like that extra pay, it did add up. And I actually paid for this house by working in the Midwest. Like I probably could have done it in Vegas, but like I said, Vegas is a hard market. Like it's not easy. There's a lot of girls here, and girls travel from all over the world. So I'm just saying, if you do decide to travel to Vegas and work in Vegas, you need to bring your A game, and you cannot like be weak, and you cannot not be able to handle rejection, because rejection is a lot of this industry, not just from customers, but also from strip clubs. You know what I mean? Like you have to be able to keep applying, even if they say no. Like eventually one place will say yes, and then there you go. So one thing I notice about customers in Vegas, in my personal opinion, is that customers in Vegas, for the most part, are bigger assholes than most places. So Vegas is like good money. Like there's like a lot of money here. There can be a lot of money here. So a lot of customers are very, very stuck up, and I personally find most of them absolutely fucking boring. Most of them I feel like they feel like they're too good to have fun. You know what I mean? And yes, you do have to pay to have fun, because this is a strip club. Like obviously. But yeah, they're just like too good to have fun, and they're just like, nothing impresses them. Like I could do a trick that like I almost fucking die, and they're just like on their phone on the stage, just like boring, and just like I'm too cool for this, or whatever. So that's my personal experience of like dancing in Vegas. Like sometimes, that's not always obviously, but I'm just saying, generally, a lot of the time, that's how it is. Which is actually why I wear like a headphone in my ear sometimes. I don't have it. Wait, where is it? I think I'm gonna go show you this headphone that I have. So these are my headphones that I wear in my ear sometimes at work. I love these fucking headphones. I'm like dead ass serious. Like, you just put it in your ear, and it's actually kind of skin colored, which is why I got it skin colored, and it connects. And usually I wear my hair down so you can't really see it, but I play my own music in my ear just so I could like hype myself up. But I can hear like the DJ calling my name and stuff on stage, because I mean, I'm not like blocking out the whole world. I'm just like trying to get into like my own groove. And some people find this like insulting or something. I'm just like, oh my God. Like, get over yourself. Because like, I'm just trying to have a good time too, you know, when I go to work. So I listen to my own music to get into the groove, basically. So yeah, these are the headphones that I got off Amazon. And I actually went through, I swear to God, I went through like 20 different headphones trying to find some headphones that you can hear, like, that you can hear in the club with the loud music blasting. And it's like skin colored and will stay on your ear, like even when you're pole dancing. I mean, it has fallen out like a few times, but I mean, I just kind of like put it back in, and I don't think anyone cares. But yeah, these are my favorite headphones that I got to wear at work anyway. But I went through like 20 different headphones on Amazon trying to find some headphones that work and that are loud enough to hear in the club and are good quality and are like skin toned colored. And I attach it, like when I put it in my ear, it automatically attaches to my phone, and then I just like press it to play music, or I press it to shut it off. So this is actually probably a really good stripper hack for any clubs that don't play your music, because as dancers, we absolutely hate it when we have to go on stage and you don't play our music, okay? And some clubs in Vegas, they don't play your music, or they don't have your music. Or like some of the large clubs, like they don't care, and it's just like, deal with it, basically. And it's like, okay, well, if I have to listen to your music and I have to dance to your music, I'm gonna have something in my ear to like get myself in the groove, since I have to go on stage. And I personally do like stage, because for me, stage, it wakes me up, like if I'm tired or if I'm bored and I talk to like every fucking customer in the building. It wakes my body up and it wakes me up, and usually I'll stay longer sometimes, not always. But so that's why I personally like stage. But in Vegas, you don't need to be a stage dancer or a good dancer to dance in Vegas. I feel like Vegas is mainly VIP money and floor money. Like sometimes there's money on stage, but the real money is in the back rooms, mainly, usually. Depends on what club though. Like there are a few clubs that are more of a stage dancer type club. But any club that you work at, there can be good stage tips. But generally speaking, Vegas is not a stage tipping place, sadly. Like I really wish it was, but it's definitely not. Some DJs do play your music if you send them your playlist. And I try to do that at every club I work at. And yeah, you do tip your DJ if you want them to play your music, obviously. You tip your DJ. And in Vegas, there's a house fee. There is no base pay or anything like that. But you can go on promos where you get like a house fee credit. And I always try to do those just because you never know in Vegas. Like, it's really unpredictable, I feel. So I always try to go on promos to get house fee credits, or there's like a lot of other ways that you can get house fee credits. Like, you can bring people into the club on the free limo. That's at Crazy Horse. Like, they do a thing where they give you a free house fee if you bring people into the club that are quality customers that spend money. So most clubs, there are ways to get free house fees. Actually, some of them, they don't have that though. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, not all of them have that. Some clubs do have that. Or you could just come in really early and pay the low house fee. But one thing I really don't like about going in early is, like, if you go in really early for the low house fee, it's like by the time it gets busy, you're just like over it. So that's why sometimes I come in really late, just so like they're ready for me, I feel like, usually, hopefully, or I'm not waiting around as long, I hope. Like I said, it's unpredictable. One thing I'm kind of surprised at is most clubs in Vegas, they don't have a quality pole that I've noticed. Like, but then again, Vegas isn't really a stage type of place anyway to begin with, so maybe that's why they don't invest in like a really good quality pole. It would be kind of cool if like a strip club had like a competition pole, like Loop It pole or X pole, like the kind that's like you flip at the bottom. X pole calls it an X lock, and then Loop It pole calls it a quick lock system. So you just like switch it and it goes from spinning to static, like that. And that would be really good for like all the different girls who come through Vegas. Because some girls don't know how to dance on a spinning pole. So then they could just do the quick lock system and then bam, static. And then some girls prefer the spinning pole, like me. I definitely prefer a spinning pole. But that would be kind of cool, in my personal opinion, to have a pole with a quick lock system, or what is that? Quick lock system or X lock system. That's what X pole calls it. So it's like a switch at the bottom of the pole. It just makes it so much easier. Like, that would be kind of cool. And the best material for a pole in a strip club would probably be brass. Because like if you get sweaty, brass, or if you get warm and sweaty, like brass can have more grip. But some poles, like most poles in Vegas, are not quality poles, and I think it's because most clubs in Vegas know it's not like a stage tipping club, or maybe because they don't get like a % of our stage tips, so they don't want us to get stage money. I mean, I don't really know. Like, I don't know personally, because I'm not a strip club owner, but it would be nice if like a strip club in Vegas had a quality pole in Vegas, since we have to go on stage, you know? And even though in Vegas, most pole dancers and most stage performers in Vegas generally are taken for granted and aren't really tipped as much, I personally feel like they should be tipped more, like they should, because they add value to the strip club. You know what I mean? Like, a good pole dancer or stage performer, like any sort of stage performance, like, it's a show, and I feel like it should be appreciated more, for sure. Another thing is, like, I've seen some people like come to the strip club and just like watch me on stage and then leave. And I'm just like, did you just come to the strip club to just like watch me pole dance and then you're just gonna like leave right after my stage set or something? Like, stage performance, they do bring people in, which is kind of annoying when they don't tip also, because it's like they just like stare at me and they're just like, wow. Sometimes I think I do too much, like, because they're just like, oh my God, that's amazing. And then they forget to tip or something. Like, I don't really know what customers are thinking. But yeah, I'm used to dancing in the Midwest where guys, when they come out to have a good time and they just like throw their money. So I'm used to that. And they're not stuck up, and they're there to party and have a good time, and they just like throw money. Like, that's what I'm used to. Like, they're not like really stingy. I mean, I have made good stage money on stage before, but I'm just saying it's more rare in Vegas. But I just do it because sometimes I get bored, and sometimes I don't do it because I'm tired and I don't feel like it, so I won't do it sometimes. But a lot of the time I will do it just because I'm literally bored and I try to entertain myself. So that's kind of why I'm a stage dancer. And I also do like the challenge of pole dancing because I've been dancing for so long that it actually feels good to my body for it to move around. And if I don't train, like, I'll hurt more, you know what I mean? So if I do train, my body hurts less, except if I train too much, because then I'll get like really sore, obviously. But if I do it consistently at a steady pace, like, it actually feels good to me. So that's why I like to do stage. What else could you possibly want to know about dancing in Vegas? I don't know. I guess if you want to know anything else, you can comment on the comment section and maybe I will reply. I don't know. So I'll leave a link to the products in this video that I like and that I reviewed. And if you have any more questions about dancing in Vegas, let me know. But yeah, dancing in Vegas, it's okay, I guess. I just try to make the best of it, because like, you literally never know what you're going to get into when you get into work. So it's just like good to make the best of it no matter where you are in the world. But like I said, like, I'm spoiled and I'm used to other things. Like traveling, like where all of the hot spots are and people just like throw money like crazy. I'm used to that. So it's not actually like that in Vegas like some people think. Like, you actually do have to work for your money here, and dancing is a real job. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye! One thing that I think that strip clubs should do in larger cities is, I worked at this club in South Dakota. I think it's like literally the only club that I've worked at that is like this. But so it's topless like on the stage, and then it's nude in the back. Like, I don't understand why more clubs don't do this, you know what I mean? Because that would make it an easy sell. It made selling private lap dances much easier if it's like nude in the back. And I don't understand why other strip clubs don't do this. Like, it's literally the only strip club that I've ever danced at that is like that. Because as a dancer, I personally will not work at a nude club, period. Ugh. Like, when I think about working at a nude club, I'm just like, no. Like, I don't like showing my cat for $1. Like, it makes me feel like really cheap. But say for like $500 to $1,000, like in the VIP, sure, I'll take my thong off, you know what I mean? So I don't understand why more clubs don't do this. Like, I know that in Vegas you have to have a license or something to become a nude club, and only like certain clubs have that and only very few have that. But I wonder if there's like some sort of way to like get around, like a loophole or something, that's like, if it's topless on stage and nude on the back, I wonder if there's a way to like get around the alcohol license, because I think to have an alcohol license you have to be a topless club, and that's why there's so many topless clubs in Vegas and only very few nude clubs. I can only think of like 2 off the top of my head that are completely, actually 3 now. 3 nude clubs in Vegas. There's Palomino. Palomino is a nude club. I have worked there before. So it's nude outside, like on the stage, and also nude in the back. And that has alcohol, and I think that's like, I heard that it's like grandfathered in or something, the licensing to be nude and sell alcohol. And then there's Little Darlings, which is a juice bar, so there's like no alcohol there. And I think like the library is nude, fully nude also. But I don't know if they have alcohol. They probably don't, because I heard that there's some sort of licensing about being fully nude and selling alcohol or something. But I wonder if it was possible to sell alcohol but then have nude in the back. Because as a dancer, I feel like most dancers would be okay with being fully nude for like $500 and up in the back. And being nude in the back and topless out in the open makes it a lot easier to sell privates. So I don't understand why most clubs don't do that, or why there was literally only 1 club that I've ever worked at that did that. Because I feel like most clubs should want to sell private dances, because when you sell private dances, you sell alcohol, and then you sell, you know, then the dancer like tips people out and stuff too. So I don't get why there aren't any strip clubs in Vegas that are topless on the outside, like on stage, and then nude in the back. Like, it would be really nice if there was one day. Like, I would definitely work there. Just saying. So if anybody wants to somehow find a loophole where it's topless out in the front and then nude in the back, like, I will definitely work at that club wherever. Well, preferably it's in Vegas, because I don't really want to leave Vegas. So yeah, I just wanted to add that.